afternoon, and welcome to the November 15th edition of The Pulse. I'm Madeline Spina.
And I'm Madi Gilu. This week we highlight one of the oldest fairs in Manchester and get a look behind the scenes at how they put on this fair every year, as well as taking an inside look at the phone policy at Illing and how kids along with the faculty are adapting to this change. We have this and so much more on this week's episode of
The Pulse. We have a wide variety of traditions here in Manchester. However, only a select few combine music with community. Brianna Roy Espinosa takes us down to Main Street to give us an insight into Manchester's very own country fair.
At Second Congregational Church, here in Manchester, you will find the New England Country Fair, a fundraiser that means so much more.
People that come and they're business orientated, they come to the fair and they see what we're all about and they learn about our pantry, and we have good fellowship with, working together in the fair, that type of thing. So it's good to, have people see what we do here,
This fair brings festive decor, baked goods, candles, and other special treasures together. Small business owners from all across Connecticut come to share their craft.
Our business is basically done at farmers markets and craft shows. We don't have a physical location at this time, so pretty much this is our business, and it contributes 100%, almost 100% to our profits and our sales.
Not only does the church have a space for small businesses, they also hold a food pantry weekly for MAC charities.
Operate a very active food pantry run by all the church members and some outside members, and we're all volunteers. There's no paid people, so the food pantry is a very important part of our church at this time.
A customer at the fair, Carol Carter, speaks about how events like these are.
It's great for the community. The churches, get that money, and you run into people so you're catching up with old friends, so it's a lot of fun.
Having fairs like these is not only a great way to showcase small businesses, it's also an amazing way to bring the Manchester community together. From The Pulse, this has been Brianna Roy Espinosa reporting.
It's amazing to see the dedication communities put into these events. If you're looking to see what's coming up in the town, make sure to check out Manchester Public Library's community page.
While Manchester has many traditions, we are also coming up with new policies. Illing Middle School has established a new phone policy which has made a major impact for students and teachers alike. Madeline Spina here takes us down to Illing Middle School to see how they are preparing for this new change.
With the rise of social media, online learning, and educational AI, phone usage within schools has increased dramatically. Within Illing Middle School, however, certain policies are put in place to diminish this use.
And we have a no cell phone policy. Cell phones are not allowed to be out or in use in class at any time. We're very strict about it. Kids have been warned. They get a warning each day. At the beginning of class, they're advised to put their phones away. And if they fail to put their phones away, they lose them for the class period.
While this strategy is implemented all across the building, students and staff alike see the issues with phone usage that continue to persist.
I think cell phones are a significant distraction to the learning environment. A lot of students are distracted by their cell phones when they go off, when they get a notification, and I think having them available during the day is a little tempting for students to check.
A new fix for this problem is sweeping the nation and is soon to hit Illing as well. Yonder pouches.
Understanding the Yonder pouches are a mesh pouch with a lock that can be opened through a fob that each student will keep their cell phone in during the school day.
These pouches are made specifically to limit cell phone use, with schools reaping the benefits across America.
I think some students will kind of find themselves socializing more with people, interacting because they're not down like this. So it has the potential, I think, to do some good as long as a school we execute those Yonder pouches and do it correctly.
Each and every day, students will have to lock their phones in a pouch similar to this, securing it in their backpack. At dismissal, they'll be able to unlock it using a security system similar to anti-theft tags you may find at a clothing store. The hope, with the help of these pouches, is for learning to prosper and for teachers to see engagement rising within their classes. From The Pulse, this has been Madeline Spina reporting.
While students and staff may disagree on these new changes, this policy is set to benefit many students and prioritize learning.
With these pouches growing in popularity, some wonder if they're going to spread here to Manchester High School. On this week's episode of Street Beat, Anthony Osella hits the halls and asks students what they think about this policy.
It's Street Beat. Hey, Street Beat. Hey, Street Beat. It's the beat.
Hey, what's up, MHS? It's Anthony Osella. Today we're going to be going around the school and getting the thoughts on the students here about the new phone policy at Illing. What are your thoughts on the phone policy at Illing?
I mean, I think it's pretty stupid because if parents want to get a hold of the children, they can't. I think that's a safety issue.
My thoughts is that I don't think it's going to work, you know. At the end of the day, we're teens. We kind of have to use our phones. Like, taking it away from us is going to want us to, like, use it even more. So I don't think it's a good idea.
I think it's kind of ridiculous.
Be some benefits that come from this policy. Less phone usage.
Don't use your phone when the teacher's giving directions.
What problem is going to arise from this policy?
I would say, probably people might be more motivated to try to sneak their phone in, hide it from people, try to do it more secretively, so I just don't think it would be a very good idea at all.
Its advantages and its disadvantages, but I feel like it would take a little bit of time to get used to.
How would you feel if this policy was implemented here at MHS?
If this policy was implemented at MHS, I think that it would be tough for the students to adapt to because everybody's used to having their phone all the time.
I would probably move to a different school. I can't handle that.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry to say, bro, I'm not getting my phone out to no teachers.
It wouldn't work well because it'd be like an uprising. Students would get angry and a lot of problems would occur from it.
So I am all for it. I think, again, I see a lot of students on their cell phones in class, and I think it will help benefit the students to be able to just learn and not have distractions.
They complain to the teacher, "Oh, sir, why am I failing? Why am I failing? This is why you're failing."
How would you feel if this policy was brought to MHS? From The Pulse, this has been Anthony Osella reporting.
It's surprising to see different students and staff's point of view about this new policy at Illing.
The phone policy isn't the only buzz happening in these halls. The fall play is getting ready to hit the stage this weekend. If you're interested in seeing this fall's production of John Cariani's Almost Made, it is playing in the Bailey Auditorium this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, starting at 7 p.m. Please come out and see all of the hard work that students are putting into this wonderful production. Tickets will be available all week in student activities or through the GoFan app this week.
This past weekend, we celebrated Veterans Day, where we honor and celebrate all those who have served in our country's armed forces. At MHS, we are very fortunate to have veterans serving as staff members. Julian Ortiz takes a walk around the school with one of them, Mr. Len Cook, to discuss what Veterans Day means to him.
Veterans Day is around the corner, and around MHS are veterans. Mr. Cook is a math teacher here at Manchester High School who was honored to serve.
What branch of the military did you serve in, and for how long did you serve?
I was in the United States Navy. I was a Seabee in the Navy for 24 years.
What do you think the benefits of being in the military are?
The good part about being in the military is you always knew why you were in the military. You joined to serve.
Math may be Mr. Cook's main subject, but during his mentor block, he gives a unique perspective to students looking to serve after graduation.
How does somebody get into your mentor class?
Well, that's a new program. We started that a couple years ago, and it's really focused on seniors who have already kind of decided that the military might be their best option out of high school. For some people, it's college. That's great. For some people, it's trades. But for some people, the military might be the best option. So if you're a senior and you're thinking seriously about the military, all you got to do is let your guidance counselor know at the beginning of your senior year, and you'll get put into the military mentor group.
This week during Mentor, Mr. Cook hosted several military personnel in room 266, where students asked them about their time in the military and what to expect when serving.
They teach you how to be an EMT first, and then they give you the actual medic training. So you get your EMT certification as well, so you can use that when you come back home.
I meet 50-year-old, 60-year-old men today, men walking up to me, shake my hand and say, wow, I wish I would have joined.
We wish Mr. Cook and his mentees good luck during the enlisting process and the rest of the year, and we hope MHS takes the time to honor our veterans during this holiday. From the Pulse, this has been Julian Ortiz reporting.
Thank you to Mr. Cook and all other veterans for your service. It will not go unnoticed. If you're interested in going into the military after high school or have any questions, email Mr. Cook at lcook@mpspride.org.
This week is International Education Week, where we celebrate international students who come from all across the world to learn in new countries, some of whom attend our very own school. Shahada highlights our very own exchange students here in Manchester.
Hallo, ich bin Hazel, ich komme aus den USA und habe ein Jahr in Deutschland gewohnt.
Would you be willing to pack your whole life into one suitcase and leave for another country for 1 year? U.S. Department of State believes that exchange programs are the best way to ensure mutual understanding between the U.S. and other countries around the world. They offer many sponsored programs for people wishing to go abroad, one of which is also CBYX, which is how Hazel Westfall, junior at MHS, went to Germany last year.
My friends, I made some really cool friends, and they weren't even just from Germany. Like, I met friends from the Netherlands, Argentina. Like, I made a lot of like international friendships whilst there. I also miss trains. I miss public transportation so much. Like, being an exchange student not only gives you the chance to like experience other cultures and meet new people, but it also also learn a language, but it also allows you to like find out who you are.
If you're not interested in going to a new country for a year but still want to learn about a new culture, you can become a host family. By hosting students, you can learn a lot about their home country's traditions, art, history, but also their values and beliefs. Danica Delgado hosted 6 kids from different countries and wouldn't trade it for anything.
So for us, bringing those kids into the family and really seeing how they became part of our family and how we became part of their family, and then we all became part of each other's families, and having those relationships with people in places that we never ordinarily would get to do has been really amazing, life-changing for our family.
Does any of this information interest you? If so, feel free to open your eyes and mind to travel, or open your home for visitors from around the world. You can also visit the Department of State's website or organizations like the AFS or the ICES. You can also talk to Dr. Levesque at the MHS Guidance Office if you're interested in a foreign exchange. From the Pulse, this has been Shahada reporting.
Wow, it's so interesting to see all the exchange students who have come here from different areas of the world.
I know. It's amazing to see what these students bring to Manchester. Well, Manchester, those are all the stories we have for you this week. Make sure to follow our Instagram at MHS_television and check out our website, mhstelevision.com. I'm Madeline Spina.
And I'm Mari Gilu. And this has been
The Pulse.